Hi, thank you so much for checking out my channel. In this video, I'm going to share my Whole30 pregnancy experience with you here in Japan. And it has been unbelievable. My results have been really incredible. But before I talk to you about my results, let me tell you why I decided to try the program during my pregnancy. So during my 24th week, I had my bi-weekly visit with my doctor. But on this day, they had a midwife. And every 2 weeks, I was gaining about 2 kgs, which is roughly 5 pounds. I started out my pregnancy overweight, and based on international recommendations, for an overweight woman who is pregnant, she should try to gain about 7 kgs or 11 kgs overall during her pregnancy. So for me to be gaining 2 kgs every 2 weeks, it was a big deal. And when I went to see the midwife, she was brutal. In Japan, they're very strict with pregnant women about their weight. They're like, if you're too overweight, then your vagina gets big and they can't deliver the baby. Or your baby's gonna be too fat, so the baby won't be able to come through the vagina. Yes, so they have all these very strict guidelines about Japanese women. And on that day, I did see some tears, and I did see some very sad women after their visit with the midwife. But I had to recognize that I'm not Japanese. I don't have their body structure. I'm a much bigger girl. I'm a much bigger woman. And at one point, she was like, oh, negotiate with the baby. You know, when you're hungry, do not eat. And I'm like, hell no, not gonna do that. So what I took away from my visit was that I can do better as it relates to controlling what I put in my body and making sure that I'm eating for 2 in the sense that both myself and my child are gaining the necessary nutrients to get through the pregnancy very healthy. And that's when I decided to try the Whole30 program, because I did try it before my pregnancy and I got wonderful results. So the program is where for 30 days you eliminate certain foods from your diet. And based on the creators of the program, they say these foods may be contributing to your metabolism. It may be contributing to a disruption in your digestive tract and can be causing certain illnesses or damages within your body that you're not aware of. And some of these foods are no soy, sugar, alcohol, wheat, and dairy. For a pregnant woman to tell me not to consume dairy, I was like, how else am I going to get my calcium? Because traditionally, I am used to eating yogurt and milk and cheese to get my calcium intake. And to tell me not to have dairy during my pregnancy, I was freaking out. So I decided to do some research, find out what are the nutrients that my body really need to carry a healthy baby to full term, as well as to be able to control my weight gain at the same time. And the Whole30. And I researched the foods. I researched the foods, and I realized that they are very compliant to the Whole30 program, and I started it. So remember, I told you that during I was gaining about 2 kgs every 2 weeks. So I started the program after my 24th week. So I then had a visit to the doctor my 26th week of pregnancy. Also on the program, they recommend that you not weigh yourself, but I had to. And during that visit, I had gained 0.3 kg after 2 weeks. Incredible, right? And then in my 28th week, I gained 0.1 kg. Then in my 30th week, which I am right now, I didn't gain anything. I was still at 87.4 kg. You might be wondering how much I ate during the 30 days. And I created a 7-day meal plan for the duration of my program. And it contained my 3 core meals, which was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. From the pictures, you can see the quantity I ate in. It's 3 in the morning, and I'm hungry. And so I'm snacking. Yes, I eat at any time. I eat whatever once it's Whole30 compliant. I could sleep. I'm so hungry. I woke up to a severe muscle cramp when I'm eating. Between meals, I ate nuts and vegetables as well as fruits. So at no point was I hungry, because that's very important for me. So at no point was I hungry, and I would cook 3 times a day, and I had to plan taking lunch to work. That was very important. And in Japanese society, it's a very natural thing to have people take out their homemade bentos or their homemade lunch boxes. So I had to make sure that I prepared enough the night before or the day before to take to work. Apart from gaining control over my weight gain, while at the same time putting in the necessary nutrients that my body needed, there were other results that I made note of. Before the Whole30 program, I had a challenge with constipation. Through the program, and because of the kind of foods that I was eating, I had no more issues with constipation. When I had to go, I went. Also, I had a major challenge with round ligament pain. That pain just below the belly button. And it was really torture. And from I was able to control my weight, I realized that the pain has lessened tremendously. Also, that pain that runs just at the upper part of my buttocks to the lower part of my limb on my left side, that's the scatia muscle. I always had an issue there with pain. And since the program, that has also lessened. Women during pregnancy have a lot of mood swings. I realized that my mood swings lessened too. And I was a little less emotional. Another wonderful thing was bloating. Oh, I always felt so bloated during my pregnancy. And I'm already have a big tummy in front of me, and to feel so bloated and just so puffy, that went away completely. I had no experience with bloating anymore. And gas, you know, those very funky flatulence, yes, that was a big thing for me. And that also lessened. It's less funky. Let's be real. So it's less funky and I am more comfortable. So that has been very rewarding for me. I have a lot more energy going into my day. I'm now in my 3rd trimester and I still have a lot of energy to go to the gym and to exercise and to lift those weights and have a wonderful time and to just get through my day just feeling very, very energetic. Has been a great reward for me during my pregnancy and during the Whole30 program. Aside from making the decision to eat healthy for 2 and to make better food choices for you and your precious little one, you might want to consider your budget as well. In Japan, fruits and vegetables can be very expensive, especially overseas vegetables and fruits. Many times they are limited, and sometimes when you need them, you have to go to an high-end shop or a grocery store, such as maybe like Costco. And Costco is wonderful. However, it's in large quantities and sometimes you don't need that much. But I spent about between 5,000 and 10,000 yen each week on food during the program. So maybe that is also something you can consider when deciding to go on the program. As the baby continues to grow and continues to be healthy, I don't see the risk of stopping the program. So it has been more than 30 days and I still adhere to the program itself. However, I have made some adjustments where every 2 weeks I consume a serving of sugar. So it could be maybe a slice of cake or it could be just a little ice cream. And that is once every 2 weeks. But I realized that I'm getting the right amount of nutrients. My child is growing. He's weighing the correct amount based on my doctor's recommendation, based on international standards for the week that I'm in. So the program might not be for you, but it's not just a quick fix that I needed. I needed a lifestyle change. I needed to make up my mind to make better food choices, right? I needed to not use my pregnancy as an excuse for not eating properly. And that was a decision I had to make, not just for the health of my child, but also for my health, and to ensure that after my pregnancy, I can lose some of this weight, right? And it's all up to you to decide how you want to experience your pregnancy and how you want to feel within your body. But for me, it was a rewarding experience.